Hello and welcome to Tab Diski. I'm currently sitting here with two handsome men and we are looking at Tab Soccer. What have we got for today, gentlemen?
Well, good day, Fifi. Without wasting any of our listeners' times, we are going to talk about your top weekend pools. And we're talking Soccer 6, V3P1, that's the pool code. And we'll also be talking Soccer 10, V1, that's the second pool for the weekend. And the last pool will be Soccer 13, V1. Yeah.
So I believe Soccer 13's got quite the big pool. What can we expect from this weekend?
G'day. I think football is going to be very competitive this weekend, so a couple of upsets here and there we're predicting. So yeah, let's see what we can
I
do
see
for
Soccer
you.
13's likely pool is 15 million, so this is huge for players.
You can't miss out. You can't sit back and not, have a dabble at it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's just take a look at your tips for Soccer 6 to get us started. So you said the pool here is S6, V3, P1. What are your thoughts, Gaborone?
Well, I'm gonna start from the bottom, going up. This is one of the best matches to actually witness on the EPL roster for this weekend. Leicester City versus Manchester City. The two teams, they have something to fight for. Manchester City want to close the gap, which seems to be impossible, but everything is possible in the world of football. So I'll give it a win to Manchester City. Then Bristol and West Brom, I would say, if you can do a permutation there, I would say you can go for a draw, but West Brom to win as well. And Aston Villa versus Southampton, well, I'm giving it to Aston Villa. And, well, this one I'm going with feelings, not with, and that's your match number 3. Sheffield United versus Brighton and Hove. I would say, even though Brighton hasn't been good, I would say they will try to redeem themselves and win this one. Well, Crystal Palace, Newcastle United, what a very beautiful fixture there we have. Then I'll give it a draw, but if anything else, Crystal Palace might win because they need to win. They've been losing like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And the last one, which will the first one on the fixture, or on the pool, will Burnley and Bournemouth. I'll give you a draw, but
Okay.
Bournemouth might surprise and win us this game.
And now, what would your perm be for this fixture?
That match 6, Man City has become sort of unpredictable of late,
Yeah,
So
I must agree on that one.
They win against big teams and lose against small teams, and they lose points where they shouldn't be. So, for me, I'd probably go field with that particular game, because I think Leicester can offer a bit of fair competition. Match 5, Bristol and West Brom. I'd agree with Gabs in going with West Brom. Southampton and Aston Villa, another tough one. Another tough one. But I'm leaning more towards Southampton.
I'd have to agree with you on that one.
I'm leaning towards Southampton. Sheffield United and Brighton Hove. I agree with Gabs with that one. I'm siding towards Brighton Hove. They're a surprising team. They tend to pull the rabbit out the hat. Newcastle and Crystal Palace. I'm going the opposite of Gabs. I'm going with Newcastle.
Okay, that's interesting.
And for Burnley and Bournemouth, match 1, I'm going to stick with Bournemouth as well.
Okay, cool. Well, there you have it. You've got your selections there coming from Gabs and Nell. Okay, right, gentlemen. So it's safe to say we have no bankers for Soccer 6 as it stands. But we've got an interesting pool coming up, and that's Soccer 10. So I'd like to know from Gabs and Nell what their thoughts are here, any tips for the listeners, and your perms on this.
Very interesting, Fifi. It's a very interesting pool indeed. Like, look at the match between Highlands Park and Kaizer Chiefs. I'm most likely to say, hey, Kaizer Chiefs is pretty much hungry for everything this season, so they are most likely to knock out Highlands Park. Happy Wanderers versus TS Sporting. TS, they've been good. If they don't draw, they win. So I'll give them a win for this game. And for Mbombela United versus Real Kings, I would say 0-0 90 minutes, which is a draw. But Real Kings are most likely to go through to the next stage by winning penalties 3-4. Then there's Burnley and Bournemouth. Bournemouth is hungry.
They definitely are hungry, yeah.
You know, and they have some level of inconsistency. You lose there, you win there, you lose there. So I'm saying they would want to win this one, and they really need that win. Newcastle United versus Crystal Palace. Well, Crystal Palace have been losing like 3 times in a row now.
Yeah.
So I think this would be a game for them to salvage whatever they can get out of it, and at least get those 3 points. So I'll give them a win, even though it might be tricky, and you know,
you're definitely putting your neck out there for that.
You see, so I might actually close it. You know, Crystal Palace might win, Newcastle United might win, and it could be a draw. So if you want to put money on it, just close that one there. And the Sheffield have been doing well, so I hope they don't get complacent and say, no, we've been doing well, because Brighton, they want to actually win this game. So I would say Sheffield might win, and also Brighton might also win. Southampton, wow, Aston Villa is going to show them flames. And
I have to agree with that one.
I mean, but they still might surprise us, but let's say Aston Villa will win. And your favorite fixture?
Yeah, match 8, definitely. I have to say, this is definitely my banker, and I'm going with Barcelona. Now, I don't know what your option would be there.
Well, yeah, I'd have to side with you on that particular game, you know. They're a strong side, they've got strong players. So you can't not back them.
Yeah,
in
we
that
definitely have
game.
to give credit where it's due. So I guess the outcome we'll just have to wait and see.
No bias involved either.
And what are your guys' thoughts on the last 2 matches? We've got Leicester City, Manchester City coming through again on this pool. And last but not least, Bloemfontein Celtics versus Maritzburg United.
Well, I'll say match 9, like we said with the you can't really say Man City or Leicester, because both teams are hungry. They want to play to be in contention for the EPL. So I would say City is most likely to win, even though they are not that convincing at the moment with whatever that is happening in their camp.
Well, I mean, they're currently leading with 4 points, so that's major in soccer.
Yeah, but there's 22 points that they have to close.
They have to close, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
so they're very hungry, so they want to prove a point as to say, hey, we're the champions, you know. And, well, this other fixture, M10, Bloemfontein Celtics and Maritzburg United. I mean, the boys, Maritzburg United, that is, they got their confidence boost after beating Kaizer Chiefs last weekend, which was a very beautiful football game with high intensity tactics. They were proper. And Bloemfontein Celtics, well, they just got their last win just not so long ago. But I am going with Maritzburg United on this one.
Listen, I'm a Bloemfontein girl, so sell all the way. Noah, what are your thoughts on this pool quickly before we move on to Soccer 13?
This is a very interesting pool. I like the mix of it. So you should get good results from this one. Sure. The first one, Kaizer Chiefs and Cup matches, you know, they're always very suspect, you know, now and again. And Highlands Park is one of those teams that brings it, you know, when the time comes.
Yes,
so,
definitely.
I'll probably go for, you know, a win for Highlands or a win for Kaizer Chiefs. I don't think there will be a draw, as Gabs alluded to.
See, I would feel this one, if I'm going to be very honest, because you don't know.
I don't think there will be a draw though.
Okay.
I think one of them will win. I don't think there will be a draw.
One must die.
Yeah, one. Happy Wanderers and TS Sporting will go for TS Sporting there.
Okay.
Mbombela and Royal Kings, match 3. Teams that are relatively unknown, so it's very difficult to kind of call it. I'll go field with that particular game. Burnley and Bournemouth. I'm still sticking to my guns with Bournemouth. Crystal Palace and Newcastle. I'll side with Newcastle with that game. They're a good team and they're a good side. Sheffield United and Brighton Hove. Difficult, but I'm going to side with Sheffield with that one.
For sure.
Southampton and Aston Villa. Gabs, I'm going to go against you with that one. I'm going to go with Southampton.
It's good to have different
opinions. You know, because I'm also looking for that one little upset that
you need to
people
open it up a bit.
Barcelona, well, we've already touched on that.
My banker.
Man City and Leicester, again, that one I'm going to go field with because you just never know.
Yeah,
Celtic and Maritzburg, I'm going to start with Maritzburg for this one.
For sure,
So I'm the only one sticking to Sele all the way. Okay, thanks, gentlemen. So I believe now we have Soccer 13, and it's got an incredible likely pool, like we said earlier. On Sunday, we've got a likely pool of 15 million rand. That is absolutely insane. But we're sticking with Saturday. We've got the pool for you, and we've got 13 selections to look at. So quickly, let's have a run through it this one and just see what your selections are, your perms, and what your bankers are for this one.
Well, match one, it's crazy. It's that match of the weekend.
I don't even think we need to discuss that one anymore.
Yeah, I mean, our listeners, they know already where we stand, as well as Southampton and Aston Villa. I'm still going for Aston Villa. Well, Benamouth and Burnley, Benamouth most likely. Crystal Palace, Newcastle. I'm still saying, Crystal Palace again. For sure. Sheffield and Brighton, it's another fixture.
Okay.
Sheffield it has a good chance of winning the game, but you might have an upset there. Then you have Birmingham City against Sheffield Wednesday. And I would say Birmingham City on that match 6. Bristol versus West Brom. I would say West Brom. Leeds United versus Reading. Well, Leeds, from ever since I was a little boy, Leeds has been a team for me, so I'll definitely go with Leeds.
I think that's also my banker there.
For sure.
Put your neck out there. Just have
For sure, most definitely.
Okay.
With regards to match 9, Nottingham Forest versus Queen Park Rangers. Well, I'll give it a draw, but with Queen Park Rangers most likely to, upset everybody and win the game.
Yeah.
Preston North End and Hull City. Well, Hull City, they're not consistent, so I'll give it to Preston North End, which is match 10.
Okay.
Match 11, Stoke City and Cardiff City. Well, Cardiff City has been a formidable team, They are a strong team, so I'll go with them in this one. And Swansea City, I like the team, but it hasn't been consistent enough on match 12, so I would go for Huddersfield Town to win that match for us. And the last match for our Soccer 13 for Saturday, then there's Wigan Athletic versus Millwall, so it's a draw for me.
Okay, cool. Now, and let's hear what your selections are for this pool.
Match 1, I won't touch on that one.
Yeah, I think the first 5 we've already...
We've already gone through.
Yeah.
Match 6, Birmingham City and Sheffield Wednesday, sorry. I'll probably start with Birmingham. They've got a bit more consistency,
For sure.
Bristol, match 7, Bristol City and West Brom. I'll go with West Brom on that one. That would be my banker there. Leeds United and Reading, as Gabs was saying, it's one of those teams we've grown up with. I mean, our former South African captain Lucas Radebe used to lead them as well. So it's more about the history in that. So I'm going to side with them on that.
I agree. I think we all have the same reason for that one. Yeah.
Nottingham Forest and Queen's Park Rangers. I've always liked Nottingham Forest. They tend to surprise. Whenever you're not thinking about it, they just come out of nowhere and just cause an upset. So I'm gonna side with them and just challenge Gabs on that one. Preston North End and Hull City. Hull City have disappointed me a lot, over multiple bets and stuff. So I'm gonna try my luck here and go with Preston North End.
Okay.
Stoke City and Cardiff. Stoke City is also one of those teams that just, jack in the boxes. They tend to surprise. So I'm going to take a chance with them, and if not, go with them and a draw.
For sure.
Swansea and Huddersfield. I'm going to go with the opposite. I'm going to go with Swansea.
Well, then he disagrees with you on that one completely.
Just the feeling about them, but I mean, the last 3 matches, 2 draws and a loss. I think they could pull something out of the bag. Wigan Athletic and Millwall. Also, they've taken quite a bit from me, so I'm going to go field with that particular game.
Okay, great. Well, that's quite interesting to hear that from you guys. It's very different opinions coming in. But as we said with Soccer 6, we agree. No banker there for us.
Not at all.
For Soccer 10 V1, our banker's got to be Barcelona. And looking at Saturday's pool for Soccer 13 V1, we're all in agreement, Leeds United there. It's definitely quite an exciting time. We've got the Soccer 13 likely pool of 15 million and Soccer Any 15 likely pool of 1 million. Now, this pool for me has got to be one of my favorites. It's growing day by day. So definitely quite an exciting time there.
Yeah, it is. That Soccer 15, I like the fact that you can pick and choose your games as well.
The more the merrier.
You know what I'm saying?
So it is a bit tough, but
it is a bit tough.
It makes you think.
Getting spoiled for choice sometimes is more of a hindrance than it is a good thing. But it's fun to see. It's a good footballing weekend. So good luck to everyone out there.
I mean, yeah, the good thing about it, again, it's like the pools opens every Wednesday.
Yes.
And you have like, if you are undecided and you don't know who to go with, you have like Thursday, Friday to decide.
Definitely.
And Saturday would be your last day to actually place your bet. But the more the merrier, and it gives you so many options to choose from, hey?
Well, this is fantastic. With that being said, that's it from Tab Diski for today. I guess we'll be sitting again and looking at more pools with time to come.
Yes, and just to urge our listeners there, we have your, Tab Soccer is your #1 betting station, if I may say so myself. I mean, online you have our progressive app, which is Soccer Tab, so easy figure registrations and, processes are easy, your promos. And I just urge our customers to look out for more promos to come, and they should just visit our website, www.soccer6.co.za, and that's where everything is happening, hey?
Well, that's fantastic, guys. Well, I'll see you the next time as we look at our forms. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. You're welcome.